Hi guys, what I want to talk about today is how I joined the military at the age of 39. Yes, 39. Okay, so I always wanted to do this video. I wanted to do it since 2018, but I kept putting it off, putting it off. Yesterday I celebrated my birthday and I decided, you know what? Somebody needs to hear this because there are people out there who they want to do something, but age is an obstacle for them. I just want to let you know that do not allow age to be an obstacle in your progress in life. Don't allow your age to stop you. They say age is just a number. Um, for me, age is not just a number. It's not just a number. Anyways, yeah, I just want to get straight into it. So you can like and subscribe to this video. You can also share this video because I think that there's somebody out there who wants to hear this, somebody who might be thinking about joining the military, but they don't know how to start. They don't know the first step. You know, I remember when I signed up to join the military, I was watching this video online. I don't remember where exactly, but I was watching a video where a lady in London, she was trying to join the police force. And in the comment section, people were just laughing at her. I think she was about 37, somewhere thereabout. She was trying to learn how to swim, and people were laughing at her, is saying all type of bad things, ridiculing her, saying that she wouldn't make it. But I want you to share this video. Share this video. Even if it doesn't apply to you, share it. It could apply to somebody else out there. So I'm gonna get straight into it. Well, as I said, I joined the military at the age of 39. That's 2 years ago. So you can guess my age. Okay, so before I joined the military, I was a certified nurse aide. I'm actually from Jamaica. I left Jamaica in 2014 and I went to New York to live and I started to work as a home health aide. I liked it. I enjoy taking care of the elderly, but I felt like that wasn't really my calling and I really wanted to do something more. Now, I'm just gonna get a little bit deep. I did not graduate from high school. Not that I got pregnant or, nothing crazy like that. I just did not have the financial support. Now, I actually sent myself to school and I got what is called CXC, Caribbean Council examinations. I sent myself to school and I got those. However, in the US, they want to know that you graduated from a high school. You must graduate from a high school. They need to see a high school diploma and they need to know that you graduated from a high school. So that was a little bit of setback for me. However, I decided that I wasn't going to allow that to hold me back. So I started to do the necessaries. I tried to go to the that school where you do the GED, but the teachers, the way they were teaching, I just could not understand. I wasn't understanding what they were teaching. So I decided that it has to be another way, or there must be another way. Anyways, I stayed in New York for a while and then I moved to North Carolina and I went to a college there and became a certified nurse aide. So I was working around $7.50 per hour. That wasn't good enough. I wasn't able to use that type of money to pay my rent and my utilities. And I was like, there's more to life than this. I was going to clients' home. I was tired of cleaning butts. I worked in a nursing home, I worked in an assisted living facility, and I did home care. And I really enjoyed working with those elderly folks, but my calling was just more than that. There was more to life than that. Anyways, uh, I worked as a nurse aide for about 2 years, and then I got into Uber and Lyft. So I was an Uber driver, and I was working for Uber and the Lyft at the time, and I was making up to $5,000 per month. Good money, right? But to me, there was not much security because the passengers can just complain about you at any time. They can give you a low rating, and Uber would just kick you off their platform. So, and I didn't have benefits. I tried to get insurance, and it was so expensive. So I decided, you know, I have to do something else. I had to do something else. And I started to think about going to school to become a registered nurse. I went to the school, I went to the college, I took the test, everything, but the wait was very long, very, very long. There were so many people who wanted to go to school to become a registered nurse. It's a very competitive field. So took the test, the wait was long. I decided that I was not gonna just stick around and wait. So I talked to a friend, and we were discussing military life. But at the same time, I was saying, you know what, at my age 39, I'm too old. I'm just too old to join the military. In Jamaica, I wanted to become a police officer, but maths was never my friend, and I always failed my math test. Always failed my math test. So it never worked in Jamaica. However, I have a son. I do have a son. My son is in the military. He's in the military. At that time he was not, but he had signed up to join the military. So I really started to think about it. He talked to me. He said, "Mommy, why don't you join?" I'm like, who would take somebody at the age of 39? So I started to do my research. I went online, and what I found was that the Navy and the Air Force takes people up until the age of 39. Up until the age of 39, that's the cutoff. For the Marine Corps, there are five branches. There's the Marine Corps, and they take people from between the age of 18 to 28. For the Army, it's between the age of 18 to 34. For the Navy and the Air Force, it's between the age of 18 to 39. And then there's also another branch, but I'm not sure of the age limit or the age group, which is, I'm not sure of the age limit or the age group, which is the Coast Guard. Anyways, I proceeded. After I researched the information and all, I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead. But I don't know, after that, I just got complacent and I didn't bother at the age of 39. I just didn't bother. Anyways, one day I was driving past the recruiting office, and I decided to stop and make a call. I parked in the parking lot, and I called the office, the recruiting office. I called the Navy recruiting office. And the person who I talked to, she referred me to another office. She gave me a number, and I called that number. And the person whom I spoke with asked me if I was joining as an officer, and I said no. And they told me, hey, this line is only for officers. They also asked me if I had a degree. I said no. Now, you must have a degree in order to become an officer, not only that, you must be a citizen of the United States. I was not a citizen at the time. I was only a green card holder. Now, with that being said, I called back the office, the first office, and I explained to the lady that I wasn't trying to join as an officer. I was just trying to join as a regular sailor. And she was like, "Okay, it's because of your age. I thought you wanted to join as an officer because only an officer would want to join at that age or younger. Like, who would join as a regular sailor at the age of 39?" Anyways, I decided to move forward. I went into the office. I spoke with the same lady, and she asked me a few questions, and then she had me do a practice test. I did my practice test. I got a score of 22, which was not good because you need a score of at least 31 to move forward. So she told me to go home, practice. She asked me to bring a number of documents as well that they would need. And I went home, started to practice. I went online, went to YouTube. I started to look at some videos. I bought a book. It's called ASVAB. It's right there. It's called the ASVAB Prep Plus. I started to study that book, and I studied day and night because you know what? I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. So I just started to study, and I studied and I studied. And then in August, I went to the military processing center to do my written test. That's a test that would determine whether or not I would make it in the military. So I did the test. I got a score of 57. I also did a physical examination. That's where they strip you down. They strip you all the way down in your bra and under your underwear or whatever it is that you're wearing. You gotta just strip down because they need to see all the marks on your body, all the cuts. They want to know how they got there. They want to know if you're suicidal because they're not trying to take a person who's suicidal in the military because you have to be tough to join the military. Psychologically, you gotta be tough. Physically, you gotta be tough. Overall, mentally, you gotta be tough to be in the military. So I did it. I was a little bit nervous because I have scars on my body. I grew up in Jamaica in a rough neighborhood. I have scars on my body. However, I could explain my scar. You should be able to explain your scars. And if you went to the hospital, they want to see all the documents. Now, listen to this. Now, at that time, there was Trump had the president, Donald Trump, had put into place that there should be a 1-year background check for all green card holders before they were able to go into the military, before they were able to go to boot camp. Now, I was a green card holder at the time. I did not have 1 year. Some people's background check took up to 2 years. I did not have that time. Now, y'all, January is my birthday. I just celebrated my birthday yesterday. January is my birth month. I signed up for the Navy in July of 2018. I was 39. Now, after I signed up in July, you can calculate with me how many months I had to do that background check before my 40th birthday, which would be the following January. So July, August, September, October, November, December. I'm not even going to include the January. So I had only 5 months. I did not have enough time, guys. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't even know what the recruiter was thinking, knowing that that we have to go through this background check for 1 year or even more. Like nobody got in before the 1 year, like nobody, and I only had 5 months. I don't know what I was thinking. At this moment, I can tell you it was God's plan. It was God's plan. And at that time, my green card, that December, on the 5th month, my green card would have expired. Would have expired. You cannot join the military with an expired green card. And then I had applied to get another green card, and that process takes up to 2 years before you get another green card. What they give you is a stamp in your passport to show that you're still eligible to be in the country, or you get a letter to go with your expired green card. Now, even if you have 1 day left on your green card, they can still process you in. Now, it was so tricky, guys. It was so tricky. I don't know if I was really thinking deep about all of those things at the time, maybe I would have just put it off. But I did not. I continued, um, knowing that I only had the 5 months. Um, I started to go to their the DP program. DET program is called the DET program. After you sign up, then you start to go to a DET program where you learn like the sailor's creed or just some other things about the military. I'm gonna be more specific about Navy. And yeah, and you do some exercise, get to know each other, knowing more about the Navy. So I used to go there, and then I had one other issue. Now, there is a weight limit for your height in the military. Now, I'm 65 inches, which is about 5 feet 5 inches. Now, for my height, my weight limit is 160 pounds. At that time, I was weighing 160 pounds. I'm sorry, I was weighing 165 pounds. No, I could not get rid of that 5 pounds for nothing. No matter what I did, I was working out, I was doing cardio, I was eating less. I was just not getting rid of that weight. I didn't know what to do. The recruiter was like, each time I went to the meeting and I went on that scale, that 5 pounds was there. She used to talk to me about things that I could do to get rid of the 5 pounds. She told me if you don't get rid of the 5 pounds, you're not going to get accepted into the military. I could not lose the weight. I could not lose the weight, guys. I could not lose the weight. Anyways, a month passed by. August ended, September. Now, for that background check, someone is supposed to call you to start the background check. During all that time, no one called me. I reached out to the ombudsman. The ombudsman help like with communication between you and the military, just to help in situations. But they sent me back a long letter from the military stating that the military is not associated with those who are doing the background check, so that there's nothing that they could do. And of course, I'm about to turn 40, and once I turn 40, there is no way that I can be accepted anymore. They would have to remove me from the program. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I know I have this great expectation of joining the military, and I was getting nowhere. The recruiter, she even apologized to me for, signing me up when I only had 5 months, knowing that one needs at least 1 year for this background check to be done. Anyways, September ended, October ended, November ended. My green card was about to expire, and that would be the end of it. I actually gave up. I gave up. I wanted to visit Nigeria. So, because my green card was about to expire, I actually drove about 2 hours to the immigration office to get a stamp in my passport that would extend my stay in the US. Now, after I get that stamp, I had to hand over my green card. I handed over the green card, got my stamp with no thoughts of getting into the military anymore. I decided, okay, around November the 30th, is it November the 30th? Somewhere thereabout, I left for Nigeria. Gave up on the military. That was it. Went to Nigeria for a week. I extended my stay. I called Delta Airlines and I extended my stay in Nigeria. But that night I was bothered. I was staying at a hotel by myself. That night I was really bothered. And the morning I woke up, I called Delta and I said, you know what, just put it back to its original date, which would be on the Saturday. I had extended it to the Tuesday, but I asked them to put it back to the Saturday. And on the Saturday, packed my stuff, and I left. By the time I got to the airport in Atlanta and I turned on my phone, I saw several messages coming in, and there was a message from a friend. And she said, Michelle, guess what? She said they have been done away. They're done away with this DP program that Donald Trump put in place. One guy from Jamaica went to court some time ago and he just won that they should not discriminate between green card holders and citizens. So it's done away. So they're sending off people to boot camp right now. Now, that was at least, let me see. That was about 4 days before my green card expired. 4 days. But I didn't have the green card anymore. I did not have my green card anymore. I had already turned it into the immigration office 2 hours away from where I lived. And normally when you turn in your green card, they shred them. They shred them right away. Shred them. So I was like, you know what? Wow, what luck. Maybe God doesn't want me to get into the military. Anyways, I reached out to my recruiter. It was the Saturday. She didn't reply to me because, of course, it was the weekend. It's not a business day. So on the Monday, she replied to me. She said, we have been calling you throughout the week, but I didn't tell her I wasn't in the country. So I went there and we were discussing, like, what are we going to do? I no longer have my green card. So she told me to call the head office, immigration head office, USCIS head office, which I did. And I was told, look, once you have a stamp in your passport, you cannot get your green card back. And normally we just don't have the green card anymore. We shred them. Right there and then I was like, okay, this is it. Not to mention, when my recruiter told me to go on the scale and I checked, when I went on the scale, I'd lost 8 pounds. 8 pounds. I wasn't doing anything like any workout or anything like that. I was only eating the natural food in Nigeria. I was only eating the natural food in Nigeria, y'all. And I lost 8 pounds. I was perfect. I was perfect. I was just perfect. The weight was perfect to get in the military at the time. Didn't know what to do. That was the Monday. The Tuesday, a matter of fact, the Monday evening, the recruiter and I decided that we would drive to the immigration office where I had dropped off my green card to see if there was any luck for me. So the morning I woke up, I felt so good. I felt so good. She said she had a great feelings too. Like, right. She had a great feeling too. Anyways, we started our journey to a place called Raleigh, North Carolina, and that's exactly where the military processing office was also. So by the time we got there, we could not go in. They didn't want us to go in because if you don't have an appointment, they would not let you in. One time you could walk in, but not anymore. She was actually wearing her uniform, and that did not make a difference. Anyways, we stayed outside like beggars. And we stayed outside and talked to the security, and he told us, "I'm sorry, I can't let you in. You must have an appointment." I said, "Well, I tried to make an appointment, but they would not give me an appointment because they told me that what I'm trying to make an appointment for is just not possible." I said, "Could I speak with the supervisor?" And he told me that the supervisor was in a meeting. Anyways, he gave me a number and told me to call. He gave me the same head office's number for me to call and make an appointment. I called. I stayed right outside of the building and I called. And they transferred me to a manager. The manager told me plain and straight, "No, we're not able to do that. You already have a stamp in your passport, so we cannot give you back the green card. Also, we no longer have that green card. That green card was shredded." But I don't know. I just felt something deep down. Deep down. We stayed outside and we waited. Even though that manager at the head office told us to leave. Told us to leave. But I mean, she wasn't there. She wasn't there at that building to see that we were still there. When she told me that, the recruiter was ready to leave. She got in the vehicle and she looked at me and she said, "I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry." I said to her, no, I'm going to go back inside. After about maybe 3 hours now, I said, "I'm going to go back inside." Like something deep down inside of me is telling me something good. So I'm going to go back inside. Oh, she was going crazy. She was smoking. She was just, Anyways, we went back inside together at the door, and I saw the security on the phone. He was actually talking to the supervisor. The meeting was over. So I said to him, "Can I speak with the supervisor?" The supervisor told him to tell me that I have to go. I had to go because there is no way they had that green card anymore. And even if they did, I would not be able to get it back since I already had that stamp in my passport. I said, "Look, even if I have to give you my passport so you could hold on to it and you give me back that green card," like 3 more days were left on that green card. So she said it's not possible. So I told the security to ask her if I could see her for a minute. And then after a few minutes, she came down. A small, dark lady. She came down and, I started to talk to her. I said, "Look, I know I have my stamp in my passport and I had already turned in my green card, but this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity for me. I'm 39. I'm about to turn 40 next month because it was in December." I said, "And after that, I'm not able. Once I turn 40, I'm not able to join the military. I just applied for my 10-year green card, and I'm not going to get that for the next 2 years. So please see what you can do for me. See what you can do for a sister." And she said, "Okay." She told me to give her a minute, and she left. And around about 7 minutes time, she came back with a paper in her hand. On top of that paper, guys, on top of that paper was my green card. It was my green card. She said, "This is unusual." She said, "We don't keep green cards." She said, "We shred them." She said this was sitting somewhere on a desk Just like that. She handed it to me. I don't know this lady, guys. I don't know this lady. I hugged her. I hugged the recruiter so tight. Like, wow. And she wished me luck. And you know what? They had a job, the military had a job for me, which is called GSM, gas turbine technician. However, because I did not get in on time, they took away the job. They had to give it to somebody else because I wasn't getting in. It was over for me. So that day that the recruiter was just calling back and forth, telling them, hey, she got her green card. She's ready to go to boot camp. What can you get for her? Sorry, guys. They did not have anything for me. And they finally told her, you know what? Let her come in as an undesignated airman, meaning I didn't have a job. I would have to go in, get into the military, and then after 2 years, I would finally get a job, which I just got that job. I'm an I'm an operation specialist. So I communicate information. So, and that's a very, very good job, even better than the one that I got at the time. Anyways, so I went to boot camp. A matter of fact, I just jumped right over it, but this video is a little bit lengthy, so I can finish up where I left off and let you know what happened from there. I went home that day, the very day with the recruiter, went home, I packed my bag the same day, and I drove back to that same area, rally, another 2 hours long, stayed at a hotel, and then the next morning, I left for the airport. And guys, I would love to share with you what happened at boot camp at my age 39. It was something else. It was quite an experience. So if you like the video, hopefully I wasn't that weird and awkward. It's my first video. So if you like the video, if you like the video, share it, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again.